Carly Fiorina. She did go after Donald Trump when asked about the issues, but she also brought up that phone call. Oh, I didn't get a phone call from Bill Clinton when I was running. Do you think that she's going to get some blowback from the Donald on that?
She might, but you know what? Just big picture, Carly Fiorina was one of the winners in this debate, if there was one. She was kind of pitch perfect when talking about all of the issues, both in her performance and her style and substance. And on this particular issue, clearly she was ready for that. She had that line ready to go. And, you know, certainly anybody who goes after Donald Trump should be prepared for blowback. I think Lindsey Graham and Rick Perry learned that the hard way. But you know what? The more she's hit by Donald Trump, the more attention she gets. So what does she care?
And that's true. We've seen other candidates like Lindsey Graham do that. Speaking of him, let's take a listen to what he said about the Clintons.
When I get on stage with Hillary Clinton, we won't be debating about the science, we'll be debating about the solutions. In her world, cap and trade will dominate. That we will destroy the economy in the name of helping in the environment. In my world, we'll focus on energy independence.
What do you think about that, Gloria?
Well, and he continued to take on the Clintons. You know, he throughout the debate. I mean, you know, at one point he said, when Hillary Clinton tells you I've given you all the emails you need, she hasn't. So, you know, he's ready to take on the Clintons. Somebody else who's ready to take on the Clintons, who uses it as part of his campaign rhetoric, that we ought to watch tonight is Mike Huckabee. Let's not forget, he was a great debater in 2007, 2008. He's the only one of those 10 people who's actually been on a presidential debate stage before. He knows how to take on the Clintons. He's from Arkansas. You're going to hear that same kind of rhetoric from Mike Huckabee tonight. Watch out for him, because he can really rattle a debate.
The Clinton campaign, they say that Hillary Clinton is not watching this debate. You better believe they are. All of those close to her are, if she really indeed is not. What are they looking for as she is hit over and over again?
It's the same thing as we talked about with Donald Trump. I mean, in the undercard debate, you saw the arguments that may emerge against Donald Trump, and the Republicans are going to be rehearsing some of the arguments they're going to make against Hillary Clinton. I thought climate change was an odd place for Lindsey Graham to start, because certainly he extensively negotiated with Democrats in 2013 on a cap and trade bill that he ultimately never signed on to. It sure came pretty close. But I think for Clinton, I think this is a preview, and also I think it is an opportunity, because to the extent Republicans get pulled to the right, particularly on immigration, you got to keep in mind there is that centrifugal pull in the party that Trump is accelerating that could be a problem in the general election and leave openings for her on the other side.
Let's take a look at a picture. This is from the New York Times, and it shows what's really nearly an empty arena. Deanna, this is like no one went to see the movie. What is going on here?
I mean, I know it makes you a little sad, right? I mean, I don't think that's a partisan thing to say. Yeah, it makes you sad, because these are the people who wanted to be with the big boys. They wanted to be at the main event where the Republican National Committee, all the committeemen are invited, and other people from in and around the country and so forth. And apparently, Ashley Killow was told that they weren't even allowed in the room, meaning the members of the Republican National Committee, who they were co-hosts of this debate with Fox. They weren't allowed in the room. It was just a couple of people from the spin room. So, you know, look, can you imagine being on that stage and wanting to be present and looking out for your first debate and seeing, like, empty chairs?
Let's hope the lights were really, really bright.
And it changes the dynamic when there's no applause. It changes what it all feels like. But I'm told by a Republican who has a ticket for the 9 o'clock event, who's in Cleveland, he said he was actually going to go to this, but he was not allowed to, because it was the tickets were kept separate for security reasons, for security sweeps. So I think that the empty room is not a sign that these people have no support.
Not a lack of enthusiasm.
But it certainly changes the dynamic for having no applause in there at all.
They could have allowed the 9,000 reporters who were there into the room. They would have been happy to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And you know, I just want to add to that. I actually tried to get in to just even to eyeball the stage before it started, and they wouldn't let me in even past the spin room. So yes, there are 9,000 reporters here, and we all would have been happy, although there wouldn't have been applause, so that wouldn't have changed that dynamic.
Even Donald Trump saying that one of the big issues in this debate is going to be immigration. We are waiting to see what he says about that. But this is what Rick Perry said about it just a short time ago.
I stood on the ramp in Dallas, Texas, and looked the President of the United States in the eye and said, Mr. President, If you won't secure the border, Texas will.
Jeff, this is about, what is the debate about? It's about seizing that moment to look strong, right? Okay, so is this what we're talking about?
I think so, and I think that is an improved Rick Perry over 3 years ago. He had an unfortunate immigration moment during his first campaign about the DREAM Act and other things. It was one of his many unfortunate moments, not the oops moment. But on immigration here, it has been a flashpoint with Donald Trump and Rick Perry, and that is why it's slightly unfortunate that he was not on the same stage as that. But again, immigration is going to come up, no question about it. What I'm looking for tonight is, are we going to hear more of the Trump agenda? Is he going to flesh out his immigration plan? Because as Dana and others have interviewed him, he has left, he said Mexico will pay for that wall. They will pay for that wall. I know it, they will do it. How will that happen? So we'll see if he puts any meat on those bones tonight.
Real quick, the Perry moment is indicative, again, of a larger change. In 2012, he got in trouble because he had an inclusive approach to immigration that included in-state tuition for undocumented students. This time, he's emphasizing security first. The entire party, after 2012, said we have to reach out to Hispanics. There was some movement in that direction in 2013. They have snapped back toward a very hard line on immigration, and keeping the long view in sight. Whatever happens tonight also can reverberate all the way through November. Remember, self-deportation was uttered first at a Republican presidential debate
Except
in
for Lindsey Graham.
2012.
Except for Lindsey Graham, who was in a bipartisan bill on immigration
Jeb Bush is in a
reform.
different place, too.
And Jeb is different.
Ron, Gloria, Jeff, Dana, thank you to all of you for this. The first Democratic presidential debate now is set. It's going to be hosted by CNN. Hillary Clinton and the other Democratic candidates will square off on Tuesday, October 13th in Nevada, and you will see it live right here on CNN. Just ahead, is Russia to blame for a cyber attack on the Pentagon? And will the culprit pay a price? We're getting new information from U.S. officials. And will just released dash cam video help or hurt a police officer on trial in a racially charged shooting case? Stand by to see the graphic evidence for yourself.
The race for the 2016 election starts with the Republican debate on SiriusXM Politics.
I'm David Webb. Join me on SiriusXM Patriot 125 live during the debate with your calls and reactions.
I'm Julie Mason. We'll break it all down live afterwards on SiriusXM's POTUS 124.
And join all the SiriusXM Politics channels, including Progress 127 tomorrow with a big recap and the country's reactions, covering the GOP debate on the SiriusXM political channels, or stream through the new and improved SiriusXM app. CNN, the worldwide leader in news, SiriusXM 115, and on the SiriusXM app for smartphones. Are you being denied credit? Are you paying high interest rates? At CreditRepair.com, we know life happens. Divorce, medical bills, student loans, and many other reasons why credit scores fall. That's why at CreditRepair.com, we're committed to helping folks get the second chance they deserve to improve their credit.
CreditRepair.com is actually acting as an advocate for me. Things that I thought when you paid them off, they were still on there. Things that I didn't even know were on there, but they got them removed. I feel they're doing what they said they'd do and beyond. I'm not going to abuse this second chance that they gave me. I'm in the process now of buying a home. CreditRepair.com actually does work.
We can help you get a second chance at great credit. The consultation is free and includes a free credit score and summary credit report. We'll review your current credit situation right on the phone with a game plan to restore it. Call 800-823-8862. That's 800-823-8862. Again, 800-823-8862. 800-823-8862. What makes America work? Small business. And your small business employs the people who create the stuff that makes life better for everyone. We're Rapid